Good afternoon, everybody. Uh, Welcome to the 16th lecture on body plot. Uh, in our last lecture, we have seen the magnitude plot and how it can be constructed. As we know that the body plot consists of two plots, the magnitude plot and the phase plot. Today we are going to learn how to sketch the phase plot in the body plots. So the phase plot is the phase versus frequency, and this phase is in degree and frequency is log of omega. It is a logarithmic scale. If you look into the semi-log graph paper, then this axis is used for magnitude, this axis is used for log of omega, and this axis is used for the phase. Okay, so we are going to sketch the phase plot of g of s, h of s. We have already replaced s by j omega, and we have g of j omega, h of j omega. So once I have this, I can replace different values of omega to get the phase of this g of s, h of s. So here this is the frequency in the logarithmic scale, and this is my phase. Now I will draw a minus 180 degree line here, somewhere here. So this is minus 180 degree. Okay, this is minus 180 degree line. From here to here it is 0 degree line. Okay, so minus 180 you can have a appropriate scale. Let's say minus 180 plus 30. So minus 150 degree, minus 120 degree, minus 90 degree. This is minus 210 degree, and you can scale this axis appropriately. So this is minus 180 degree line. Okay, this line is very important. All right. So let's see how this phase plot can be constructed. All right. So we have g of s, h of s. This is given to us, and we replace s by j omega. So g of j omega, h of j omega. This is converted into a time constant form also. Okay. Yesterday there were some few queries regarding the time constant form. So I have given you the assignment also. In that assignment you need to find the steady state gain. The steady state gain K is the constant term which is left. So this is your numerator, this is your denominator, which is left alone after converting your transfer function into time constant form. So that is the steady state gain K. Okay. If there is a first order term, this should be converted into tau s plus 1 form. If it is second order term, then this should be converted into, so s square plus 2 xi omega ns plus omega n square. Okay, this should be 1, this coefficient. So divided by omega n square, omega n square, omega n square. Okay, so this is nothing but s by omega n whole square plus 2 xi s by omega n plus 1. This is time constant form. But this, the second order term, that is this, the second order term, you cannot combine two first order terms. Okay, if let's say tau 1s plus 1 into tau 2s plus 1, they both are first order terms. you cannot multiply and get into a second order term. Second order term is only valid when you have a complex conjugate poles. If your poles or zeros are real, then it cannot be a second order term. It will be always a two first order term. So you need to treat the second order term when the poles are real as two first order terms. But when the poles or the zeros are in the complex conjugate form, then and then only you can have s square plus 2 j omega ns plus omega n square form. Okay. So please take this into your note. So now, so this is g of j omega, h of j omega. Now I need to find the phase of this. Okay, so this is nothing but numerator of j omega upon denominator of j omega. Okay, this is transfer function. So this is nothing but n numerator of j omega minus denominator of j omega. That's all. Now these are all complex forms. So let's say if there is only a plus jb, the phase of this is nothing but tan inverse of b by a. That is imaginary part by real part. Okay. So let's say for example, you have s plus 2 upon s plus 1. Whether it is time constant form or not, but you can still have a phase. Okay. So if I want to have a phase of this, then this is nothing but phase of s plus 2 minus phase of s plus 1. Okay. And if you replace s by j omega, then this is j omega plus 2 minus phase of j omega plus 1. So this is nothing but tan inverse of imaginary by real. Imaginary is omega, omega by 2 minus tan inverse of omega by 1. This is how you can find the phase of any complex number. If it is single term s, then this is s is nothing but j omega. So this is tan inverse of omega by let's say real part, imaginary part by real part. Real part is 0. So anything raised to infinity. So this is nothing but infinity. At that time, tan inverse infinity. Sorry, this is tan inverse of infinity. Okay, this is only when the theta is pi by 2. Okay, so this is how you can find. If it is s square, then it is pi by 2 plus pi by 2. Okay, 2 times of pi by 2. So let me take one example to get the phase. Let's say your g of s, h of s is given as, let's say 20 upon let's say s plus 5 divided by s square plus s plus 2 and s square plus 9s plus, let's say 100. Okay. So now you need to convert it to a time constant form first of all. So let me convert this into a time constant form. So time constant form. So 20. This is s plus 5. This is not in time constant form, but it should be time constant form, should be tau s plus 1. So I will take 5 common. This is nothing but s by 5 plus 1. Now this is tau s plus 1, where tau is 1 by 5. Then s square. I will take 2 common. Okay. So s by 2 plus 1. Okay. Now here what I will do, I will take 100 common. Okay. Because this part, this should be 1 and this also should be 1. Okay. So 100. So this is nothing but s square by 100 plus 9s by 100 plus 1. So now if I take the constant in the upper, then this is nothing but 20 into 5 is 100, then divided by 2, okay, multiplied by divided by 2, also divided by 100, okay, yeah. So this is s by 5 plus 1 divided by s square, s by 2 plus 1, then this is s square by 100 plus 9s by 100 plus 1, okay. So this get cancelled 1 by 2, so this is 0.5 into s by 5 plus 1 divided by s square, s by 2 plus 1, s square by 100 plus 9s by 100 plus 1. So this is your steady state gain, okay. This is the steady state gain K. 0.5 is the steady state gain K. So now this is a second order system, a type 2 system. It will intersect, so the initial slope line, the slope of the initial line would be, you can say, minus 20, so minus 40 dB per decade, and that line will intersect at 0 dB exit at omega is equal to root of K. So it will intersect at root of 0.5, okay, and then you can start the Bode plot. But right now we are focusing on the phase plot. So I got the time constant form of the transfer function as 0.5 plus s by 5 plus 1 this, okay. So now I need to find the phase equation. So I will replace s by j omega. This was s, okay. All right. So g of s, h of s is equal to 0.5 into j omega by 5 plus 1 divided by j omega whole square, okay. Then we have j omega by 2 plus 1, then I have j omega whole square by 100 plus 9 j omega by 100 plus 1. So I need to find the phase of this. So I don't need to find the phase for 0.5. For the constant term, there is no phase. So phase of this is equal to phase of this is equal to phase of this, okay. So is equal to phase of this is equal to, I need to find this phase. So the phase contribution from the numerator term would be positive, from the denominator term would be negative. So tan inverse of real part, imaginary part by this. So imaginary part is nothing but omega by 5, okay, divided by 1, but divided by 1 is omega by 5. So tan inverse omega by 5 minus. So numerator terms are over. Then this term, I am talking about this term, s square term, okay. So if you look into this, then tan inverse 2 tan inverse of omega by 0, okay. So this is nothing but 2 into pi by 2, 2 into pi by 2, okay. So theta is equal to 2 into pi by 2. So, but since they are in denominator term, it would be minus. So minus pi. Okay. So minus 180 degree or minus pi. Okay. Then comes minus this also term in the denominator. So tan inverse of imaginary part is omega by 2 by 1. So this. Okay. Then comes this term. If you look into this term, j square is equal to j square omega. So this is, if you look into this, j square omega square by 100 plus 9 by 100 j 9 by 100 omega j plus 1. So j square is minus 1. J square is minus 1. So I will replace by minus. Okay. Now what are the real parts? The real part is this 1 minus omega square by 100, 1 minus omega square by 100 minus 9 by 100 omega j. So what is the phase of this? Phase is nothing but tan inverse of imaginary part. Imaginary part is minus 9 by 100 omega divided by 1 minus omega square by 100. Okay. If you simplify this, then minus 9 by 100 omega divided by 100 minus omega square by 100. Okay. So this is nothing but minus 9 by 100. So this 100 gets cancels. Okay. So minus 9 omega 100 minus omega square. This is the phase. Okay. So I will write tan inverse of this. Okay. So tan inverse of this. So since this is in denominator, I will put minus. So minus tan inverse of minus 9 omega divided by 100 minus omega square. Please take care when you replace omega for certain frequency for finding the phase. Then when the omega is exactly 10, so 100 minus 10 square is, at that time you should be able to see on which quadrant it is located to get the exact value plus minus value of the phase. All right. So this is the phase phi for this transfer function, and this is known as phase equation. So phase equation we have computed. Phase equation is phi is equal to tan inverse of omega by phi minus, see, note down that this is minus, this is minus, this is minus, because there are three terms in the denominator. This is plus because that comes from the numerator. This is s square term. So s square term is 2 times of pi by 2. Okay. So phase equation is minus tan inverse of this minus pi minus tan this, and this is from the second order term. Again, be careful. In finding phi for second order term. Why I am saying? Because see, now I need to find the phase phi for different values of omega, and because I need to plot phase versus, this is phase versus phi versus omega. So I need to take different values of omega. So I will replace different values of omega and I will find the phase, and then I will plot it. But now, while finding the phase for second order term, when you have omega exactly equal to, let's say, 10, then 10 square is 100, 100 minus 100 is 0. At that time you need to check in which quadrant it is located, tan inverse. Okay, so based on that, the phase you need to subtract something, add 1 plus 180 or minus 180 degree. You need to check that. Okay. All right. So now once you have the phase equation, so you have the phase equation with you. Now you need to prepare a table omega and phi. So you select omega, calculate phi based on this phase equation. So this phi is based on phase equation. Now the question is, so you can, with the help of calculator, you replace omega, different values of omega, and find the phase. So now the question is, from where we need to start? From where omega we need to select? So for example, your corner, so you have your corner frequencies, okay? So you have the lowest corner frequency. So you, let's say lowest corner frequency is 0.2. Okay. Then you go one decade behind. So one decade behind is 0.2, one decade is 0.02. Okay. So you can start from 0.01. So you start from 0.01. Okay. Let's say your lowest corner frequency is 10. If it is 10, then you go one decade behind. One decade behind is 1. So start from 1. Then start from 1. Okay. Let's say your corner frequency, lowest corner frequency is, let's say 2. Then you go one decade behind, then it is 0.2. So you start from 0.1 then. Okay. So the lowest, what are the different ranges of frequency that you need to select for calculating phi? The first is, you select your corner frequency, lowest corner frequency, you go one decade behind and scale it out, take near value. So let's say it is 0.6. So you one decade behind is 0.06. So if after scaling it is 0.01. Okay. So 0.01 you can select. Alright. Then what are the other frequencies that you need to select? So let's say the lowest corner frequency, then you select all the corner frequencies. Okay. You can select, this is the, let's say corner frequency is 0.2, then one decade behind is 0.02, then you need to select 0.01. So 0.01. Okay. Then you can select 0.1. You can select 1, anything, 10, 50, anything. But this should consist, there should be a corner frequencies also. Okay. So all your corner frequencies you include here in this and find the necessary phase. Okay. And once you calculate the phase, you need to mark this point on the semi-log graph paper and join all this. Let's say this is all phase, you join all this. So this is about the phase plot. So once the magnitude plot and the phase plot is constructed on the semi-log graph paper, then comes the analyzing the stability from this graph. So that we will see in the next class. Thank you.